guys, welcome back to Drawing Comics with Sean. And I think today I'm going to go over again some of the basics of how to draw a character sheet again, and I'm going to try and go through with you how to build up all the proportions of your character after you've drawn up the character sheet. Okay, so here we have a character sheet. And what a character sheet is essentially like it's a fill in the gaps exercise for your character. So it's kind of like, think of it as you're interviewing your character. So you have your character's name, age, gender, appearance, backstory, special abilities, and clothing. Now for my character, what I created is this character, my own character called the Millennial Dinosaur, Joe the Dinosaur. His name is Joe, he's a dinosaur. His age, he's in his mid-20s. I haven't really fully decided on the age of the character yet, but I think he's in his mid-20s. Gender, he's male. Appearance, well, he's a dinosaur. Not too sure what type of dinosaur he is, but he looks like a dinosaur. And his backstory is, he was born in the Triassic period and was soaked through a time portal where he came to our world. And his special abilities, he doesn't really have any superpowers, but he can talk, and dinosaurs can't talk. And he's a very talented illustrator. He has the ambition to be an artist. And clothing, his ideal clothing, he usually wears human clothes, usually a shirt and tie and trousers. Kind of like me, sometimes. So that's what a character sheet is. Essentially, it's a tool to help you kind of figure out what character you want to draw about. And you can use this and you can come up with any character you like. Like, try and think of when you're coming up with your character, like, what stories do you like? What comics do you like? Do you like comics? Do you like cartoons, movies? Are you a fan of Harry Potter? Do you like wizards? Do you like superhero, like Batman or Superman? And you can come up with a superhero character if you like. You can come up with a really cool superhero name, a secret identity, and give them a cool cape and costume. Really it's important to try and make the character as unique as possible. You can take inspiration from those characters if you want, but try and not copy them. So, like, if you want your character to be a superhero like Batman, you can give him a cool cape and give him some cool gadgets as well, and try and think up of a really interesting backstory for your character. So, for Batman, he became a superhero because his parents were killed, and he goes off and becomes Batman to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. So you could do something like that. If you want to make a wizard character, again, like Harry Potter, he has a very interesting backstory. Voldemort killed Harry Potter's parents, and he gave him his scar, and that's where Harry got his special ability. So he could sense Voldemort wherever he was, and he could speak to snakes too. So that's a special ability. That's a bit of backstory there. And his appearance, Harry Potter, his appearance is, he has a scar on his head, and he's an ordinary looking guy with glasses. He's male. I think in the first book he's around 11, 12, I think. And his name is Harry Potter, and his clothing tends to be his Hogwarts uniform. So, like, that's a very distinctive character. And so is my character as well. So, why don't you try it yourself? Try and come up with your own character, and look, if you're stuck, you can look to the likes of Batman and Harry Potter and try and come up with your own character. And I think for the purpose of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw my own character and show you how to draw proportions. So you can take a few minutes, write up your own character, and then whilst you're doing that, I'm going to draw up the proportions, and you can follow along when you're finished drawing up your character, or writing up your character. So, when you guys have finished your character sheet, I'm going to start up here, drawing the proportions. So, when you're starting the proportions, you start with the head, the neck. I know it's a bit faded, sorry about that. I'll draw over it, try and help you guys see what I'm drawing. And there's the body, there's the torso. And try and, when you're building a character, try and draw all your shapes. So a head would be a circle, the neck gonna be like a square here. Then for the shoulders, arms, and joints, start with a circle, rectangle, circle, rectangle. Same with the left hand side here as well. Then the hands. And then for your knees and legs, do the same. Like draw these oval shapes. Draw these oval shapes for the knees and legs. And then again, the feet. Okay, so that's your simple stickman proportion character. And then you can either draw over this and draw your character, or you can flip the back of the page and use the same techniques. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my character with those techniques. So I'm going to draw a millennial dinosaur right here. So it's always important to kind of build up your shapes. Start off with simple shapes first when building up your character. And then you can add in a bit more detail later. Don't worry, you can rub out mistakes. We all make mistakes. I think artists always say that, oh, well, artists don't make mistakes. You should never rub out mistakes, but well, people do. And when you want to try and get the proportions right, it helps you kind of realize the character a bit better. That's what I always try and say anyway. Yes, little feet and legs. Let's use my rubber. And just do these parts again. Okay, I think I might draw him as a postman. I just fix this part here. Got the legs are a bit too short. We've added a little bit more detail here, I think. You can do that if you want. As soon as you get all your shapes the way you want them to, you can start adding in more detail. It's trying to give him a postman pat type of hat. Trying to draw it the way I want to draw it. Then when you're happy with the shape, you can start he's going to be a traditional postman, he'll need his bag for all the post. Okay, there we have it. Here is our millennial dinosaur character. Hope you can all see that. This week he's a postman. Next week, oh, my story he tends to have multiple set of jobs. Although he aspires to be an established artist and illustrator. Okay. And once you're happy with your character, if you're happy the way that he or she looks, you can start, as I said, rubbing out the parts that you don't want and just add in a bit more detail, and then you can start drawing over it in drawing pen or marker. And then you can start colouring it in if you want as well. Okay, thanks for joining in with Drawing Comics with Sean. I think in the next video what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put your character into square boxes and come up with a quick story with your character by looking at your character sheet. By looking at your character sheet and try and come up with a quick story. Might even do a comic book jam. And so I'll be doing that in the next video. Okay. Thanks for watching.